Yes. Yes.
Okay. Some strong drink, I think. Hopefully a better day tomorrow. Good morning,
Yes.
Zora and Danelin. Hope we slept well. My restless fitful had another vision from Cain, so looks like she wants to speak to me again. I need to speak to Greybeards anyway, so let's head up towards High Hrothgar again. Well, had your breakfast, I hope? I had some soup earlier, so... Poor Marcus. Danifae played a little dirge from last night before she turned in. In between returning to Helgen and the funeral, she went down to
Use your shield to cover as much of your body as you can.
Riverwood and a tree house and got some, well, retrieved some stuff from the tree house. Smithed the new bow.
It is true that in Valenwood the cities walk under your
A
feet.
couple of new weapons
There's
for
no such
Danelin and
thing as
Zora.
being rooted in the ground. Even the dead are going places.
See a new bow in her back there, it's a dragon steel bow, which had some dragon bones stored away in the tree house, so she used them and some other ingredients to craft a couple of weapons for Danelin and Zora. I think they're a dragon steel great sword for Zora and a dragon steel sword for Danelin and a dragon steel bow for him as well, I think it was. So she's on the hunt for more dragons to kill for some extra bones because she wants to craft some new armour. So she's looking out for them. I want to clear up these dead bodies. Already been there. On to Iverstead we go. Well, he's a true Nord dressed like that in this weather. A hunter. Good morning, sir. Yeah, she had another vision from Cain when she was sleeping last night, so it seems that she needs to go back up to High Hrothgar and commune with avatar up there. That's the word for it. Or the shrine. We also learn from the greybeards about this shout. And defeated Algian in the past. Maybe they'll be able to teach it to her.
This one has something sweet for the fellow traveler, if it entices.
What are you talking about?
The finest skooma, the sweetest moon sugar. At a fair price, of course.
No thank you.
Each has their own way.
Yes, they do. But that's not my way. Well, for the last couple of days I've been rather dreary weather. This is a pretty decent day. Not just weather-wise, of course, of the events that happened over the last couple of days. Okay. Ah. Oh. New move. Expected. That's bad.
Your head.
Right.
No!
Cane dragon. get some materials off of this thing. Yeah, there's all the blood for sure. Harvest ingredients. Excellent. Reading the skills really. So as well as bolts. I'll sell that meat. Okay. Let's go in first.
Hello, friend.
Hello, Timber.
Good to see you.
Hope the bears are not giving you any problems.
All right, then.
She's in a better mood now.
I think you should continue with your performances.
What's the point? I'm not very good, and it's only for the same few people every night.
I think you play beautifully. It would be a shame if you stopped.
All right, Wilhelm. I suppose it's the least I can do
Something
for you.
on your mind?
Listen to Wilhelm Linley, you do play very well.
Yes?
Wilhelm?
May the gods watch over your battles, friend.
Yeah, I've got some meat you might like.
Take a look.
Not too much for me. There. Do that. Right. Get any leads for work needing done round here?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Ah, a tall dragon, good. Lost tongue overlook. Right.
Right. See you round.
So Wilhelm.
You want something from me?
Nope. Busy place.
We've stopped. What is it?
Just a whole bite to eat, I think.
Linley, would you mind taking care of the customer, please?
No problem. You want a drink?
That's okay. Get some water, please, oh.
Of course.
Right.
Have you spoken to
A
Pat
pleasant
Bridger?
journey, milady.
No, I'll tell you, Wilhelm. If I could sweep...
Right. Some soup for the journey up ahead here.
Away from here tomorrow, I'd do it. Klimek still has so much to learn.
Klimek is doing just fine. You should follow your heart.
Bounty was. Well, it's tongue way down there, okay. I'm not going that way for quite a while, so... Well, not talking back to Riften. Another dragon's closer to hand that I can get bones from. The weather stays fine. Hello.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Yes, and trolls and bears.
Until next time.
Time to there we are. Chill wind up here, so yeah, get with the cloak on and the hood. Steep climb, isn't it? Playing me have to do quite a lot. Especially if Kine wants to speak to me. Trolls up the path, do I wonder? I don't like it. There's a cave there. Borrow that is actually. Big Falls, probably, yeah. It's been a long, long time ago it seems now. The time when Danifae was dismissed the Dragon Ball legend as pure nonsense until she found otherwise. Just alas doing some tasks for the local people. Trying to get a name for herself. I'm going to start somewhere earlier. Try to start somewhere. It's many months ago now. She was in there.
Songs can be an important tool of political dissent. Some even say Mogo's Mead is a ballad about legalizing skooma. As for who says it, well, it's skooma addicts mostly.
Skooma addicts. Okay, you two, you relax here. I need to go and speak to Arngeir if you're around somewhere. I wonder where he is. Ah, reposing. Master Wolfgar. Ah, Master Arngeir, hello.
Sky above, voice within.
Now, I've had a history lesson, so I need to learn the shout used to defeat Alduin.
Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
It was according to Alduin's wall.
The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bound. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
The Blades are helping me, I'm not their puppet.
No, no, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. I have been intemperate with you. But heed my warning. The blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have.
So, can you teach me this shout?
No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it.
What?
It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice.
I thought you knew all the words of power.
But not Dragonrend. The knowledge of that shout was lost in the time before history began. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I am not the one to speak of it to you.
So what's so bad about Dragonrend?
It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself.
So the shout's lost, how can I defeat Alduin with it?
Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
And who's Paarthurnax?
He is our leader. He
Right.
surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice.
So I've not met him yet, so why is he not here?
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain.
All right.
He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege.
So how do I get to see him then?
Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
Okay. A shout to open the way to Paarthurnax. Sounds like... Well, I know the greybeards are the hermits. They live actually inside the building with the others. This Paarthurnax sounds like he lives alone at the top of the mountain. Like an old hermit himself. You go first, Master Body.
The path to Paarthurnax lies through this gate. I will show you how to open the way. Look. Va. Kor.
Vakkur.
I will grant you my understanding of clear skies. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well.
Thank you, Master Arnir.
Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Paarthurnax is perilous, not to be embarked upon lightly. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit. Use clear skies to open the way to Paarthurnax.
Right, okay. Clear skies. That might as well, and Dex also do it. Okay.
Look!
Okay. Yeah, well, there's like some bit of mist up here.
Look!
Silver.
Look!
Oh. That's a long way down.
Look!
We'll have a nice race, maybe. Snipe.
Look!
Oh. Looks like a troll up there. That bow's got a earth enchantment on it, so prevents enemies regenerating health for a few seconds. There we are.
Look!
Rallies, especially when you keep an enemy staggered.
Look!
Goats. How long that body's been up here? It's certainly well frozen.
Look!
Nearing the top.
Look!
Oh, a dragon wall over there. Okay. Whoa. Whoop.
Dremyolok, greetings, Wundernik. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
Well, this was rather unexpected. I thought you'd be an old hermit like the Greybeards. No, a human. I wasn't expecting you to be a dragon.
I am as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Dovahkiin. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
Well, just for intruding, but the Greybeards led me up here because I need to learn a dragon range shout. Can you teach me it?
Drem. Patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove.
Formalities?
By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. Why do you intrude here, if not for Tinvak?
Well...
Not until the word calls you. Go to it.
Okay.
I have spoken. The Rotmulag waits.
Shout at you.
Why do you intrude here, if not for Tinvak? A gift, Dovahkiin. You'll understand fire as the Dove do.
Oh.
Yes, Sosedo Vlostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dovasos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me?
Well, can you teach me the dragon range shout for one?
Ah, I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin.
Yes. The Greybeards didn't want me to come here at all. to learn it.
Yes, they are very protective of me, Bachlan Fadon. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me.
Cannot be known?
Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts.
So how can I learn it then?
Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum?
Well, when did you stop Algian?
Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin?
Well... The prophet says only the Dragonborn can stop him, and apparently I'm the Dragonborn.
True, but Kostid, prophecy, tells what may be, not what should be. Kostid Salo Ak. Just because you can do a thing does not always mean you should. Do you have no better reason for acting than destiny? Are you nothing but a plaything of Des, of fate?
I believe we make our own destiny, but we still want to stop Algian.
And so perhaps your destiny will be fulfilled. Who can say? Des Motmahus, even to the Dove who ride the currents of time, destiny is elusive. Alduin believes that he will prevail, with good reason. Rakmul. And he is no fool, Nime, Rinnik Gutnol, far from it. He began as the wisest and most far-seeing of us all. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name throat of the world?
Monavin? Well, it dries like mountains, right?
True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues.
Here?
Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated.
Well... Use the dragon name shout to take it.
Yes and no. Viknuz Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today, seeking to defeat him.
Yeah, it's going in circles, isn't it?
The Nords of those days used the Dragon Rend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time.
I see the ancient Nords sent Algian forward in time, to this particular time.
Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ, time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when.
So what's the Elder Scroll? What exactly is it?
How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things that Jor do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always existed. Rahwalan. They are fragments of creation. The Kele, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for prophecy. Yes, your prophecy comes from an Elder Scroll.
Right.
But this is only a small part of their power. Zofa Suyek.
So how does any of that help me?
Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kel, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break.
Right.
You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
A window into the past. I see. So, do you know where I can find them? An Elder Scroll like that?
Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I.
Well, Esmeralda might have some idea, I suppose.
Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way.
Okay. So what do I do with it when I find it?
Return it here to the Tid Ahran. Then, Kele Vomindok. Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Ahran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation.
Right.
Then you will feel, know Dragonrend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir.
Right. So Haken, Gormlaith and Feldir, so who exactly are they?
The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin.
Wow.
They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hun. The Nords have had many heroes since, but none greater.
So how can Elder Scroll cast Alduin through time?
Vomindok, I do not know. Perhaps in the very doing, they erased the knowing of it from time itself. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time. Perhaps also uniquely vulnerable.
Right, I see.
I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihorn. They would not listen.
You mean you were there?
Yes. There were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow. But they did not trust us, ni Ov. Their inner counsels were kept hidden from us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself.
So what does this dragon shout actually do?
I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum created solely by mortals. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran, incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove.
I can see, I can see that. So, if you're the last of the Greybeards, do the others come here to train?
I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me.
Meditate on the words, how?
Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master. Fus, Faim, and Yol.
Well, Fus is Rodar. Yol is fire, I think. Fame, I'm not sure where Fame is. Fus, I think.
It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back.
Okay, what's the meditate on what?
Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Faim, or Yol?
Fus.
It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back.
Okay.
Dremyolok, greetings. Lok Thum.
My goodness. It's an unexpected meeting, it really was.